Hi everyone, welcome back to another Floral Pencils video. Today we're going to be colouring in dark yellow. Now there are two ways we could do dark yellow. We could do an orangey yellow or we could do a browny yellow, and I've decided to go for more of a browny yellow just because we've got oranges already and we won't have browns in any of our flowers, I can't imagine. So we're going to sort of go with these shades. With the sort of this one's quite orangey actually, it's called Honey. This is Yellow Ochre, and we've got a sort of Camel Brown. We might use those sort of shades today, and in the lighter yellow video we use the more yellowy colours like sunflower yellow and those sorts of things. So I have picked this flower here because I think it looks a bit like a primrose, no other reason. It probably doesn't really, but hey, that's okay. And I'm going to start with the brown, the Camel Brown, and mark out a few of the areas that I want to be darker. And we usually start with the pencil first, but we'll start with the flower first. I'm going to go in for you a little bit, don't worry, I'll move my book. There we go. That's sort of the best I can do. I can't move my book much more. We need it to be fairly central or else it'll be out of focus. So I'm looking at how this flower has been drawn. You see it's got some lines here. So I'm going to do those a little bit darker, like that, on each one. And it will just give some shape to these petals, which I think will be rather nice. And Johanna has helped us by giving us some guidance. I might take that down, right down to the sort of edge of the flower, and just do a little bit on here as well, because we've got this little bit that's lying on top, and we'll do that a little bit lighter in a moment, like that. So that's my basic shaping. Then I'm going to take my next darkest colour, try to actually work out, I'm not sure if that honey is actually going to work. I think I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to use that. I think it's too orangey. I'm just putting that back. So we're going to use the Yellow Ochre next. Oh, let's put it down so you can see it. There we go. And extend here from the bottom. So I'm going to leave some of the darker bit there, not cover it over, and just take this colour out towards the tip of the petal. I'm sort of ignoring that other dark bit because it's shadow, it's not going to fade. It's just, I think it needs to be left just as a defined line. We'll see what happens. I want a lighter yellow as well. I think the Turmeric Yellow is actually going to work well. It's more of a browny yellow. Whoops. As well, but it will definitely brighten. So we'll go for that. Gosh, turmeric. I do like turmeric. I've got lots of turmeric stains on my tablecloth though. I've got one of these sort of wax cloths, tablecloth, so that it wipes off, which is really useful. I was going to say with children, but actually with adults as well. And I have got some fabric ones which I get out sometimes, but we usually use this wax one, which is nice. And if you don't wipe the turmeric off right away, you get a little yellow stain. So we've got a few. So occasionally we have to sort of turn the cloth so that you can't see them. Right, what I'm going to do now is go back in with my Camel Brown and define some of those areas that I want to look a bit darker. So we've got this bit, we'll go back over that on each one. But what I'm also thinking is where the petals touch. See, this petal here to me looks like it's curved, so this bit is in there, but I think that side might be a bit darker as well. Might be slightly turned, so if it'd be a bit of shadow on there, like that, just fade it into the other colour. And then I'm thinking on that side of that one as well. It's a little bit easier to do this when you're using a darker colour, but still going to have a go with the yellow, a bit of a yellow phobe. So there we go. I'm going to leave it that. Yes, I find yellow really scary. And now I've got to do this centre bit. I'm going to start with the lightest yellow, which is the Turmeric Yellow, and do it across all of it gently. Now I know I want the centre bit to really bright, so I will go over that with a bit more gusto, but keep that a little bit because I want a little bit of shadow around the edge of that circle, which I'm going to do in our yellow ochre. It's difficult for you to see, I think, what I'm doing. I'm just putting a little line all the way around where that circle would be casting a little shadow. Yeah, so now we've got leaves and things. What I'm going to actually do is push up, oops, zoom out a little. Let's get to the bottom. There's a long pencil on this one, isn't there? Yeah. We'll do the pencil while we've got our yellows, and then we'll move on to the green in a moment. So we're going to do the pencil in the same way they're all going to be done in the same way, but I should demo anyway. So we're going to start with our darkest colour, which is our Camel Brown, and go along the edge. Now I see some people do this page where they don't match the pencil to the flower, and I think that's really quite imaginative and daring. It's not something that I would try, but I've seen them and they look excellent. But I just can't, I sometimes find that if I mix my colours up too much, it looks a bit messy. But some people just have a brilliant eye and they can just do it. I have lots of admiration for them. But I just stick to what I hope will work. I say hope because we haven't finished yet. Who knows? So there's the Camel Brown. We're going to now go in with the brown ochre. The yellow ochre, I'm sorry. And we may not have a lot of space for much turmeric yellow, but we'll see. So yes, so I try to limit my palette, or, you know, if I do a big mix of colours, I try and do all my leaves the same or something like that, so that, excuse me, so that it brings it together. Otherwise I find it can look quite messy, but as I say, some people can pull it off brilliantly. So it just depends on, you know, what's going on. And I'm about to get, well, I say about, not really, this is Turmeric Yellow. In May I will be getting a set of Prismas, a full set. I've got them on order already. I'm not sure how long they're going to take, but I've got to put them away until my birthday, and then I'll be getting them, so it's really exciting. I've actually got a few open stock Prismas and I've started playing with them, and I've realised that I've mastered how to use them, because I thought I can't use them very well, they keep breaking and blah, and I can't get them to look nice, but I've mastered it. So it's just a slightly different technique, Camel Brown, than I expected. I've seen people using Prismas and plastering them on really thickly and getting really nice results, so that's what I thought you had to do. But actually I've realised that that doesn't work for me. It just looks like a sticky mess really. But I've realised that you just use them like poly, so you layer up the colours slowly, and then I tend to put my last layer on quite thickly, and it just seems to bring it all together and blend it well. There we go. So we need to do our stem, so that's really exciting that I'll be getting those. Just looking at colours, yeah. So, but as I say, you know, they're expensive, but I had some some Christmas money left over, which I hadn't spent, and so I'm going to put that towards them, so that's good. And I'm going to ask my parents for a sharpener. So yeah, this is Coyote Brown, just in case you didn't see, and it is a slightly greeny brown. I thought it might just work well with these browns that are in with the yellow, but we're going to go over it with a green, so it won't look completely brown. But I'm just sort of doing the areas that I want a little bit darker with this to start with. So yeah, I'm quite excited. I may not do lots of videos with them, just because lots of other people do. So there's lots of choice for you out there already. And also, I won't be used to them, you know, although I say I think I've mastered them. Obviously, as I say, I've only got a few open stocks, so I haven't got loads, so I want to be practicing with them a bit more before I sort of try and do anything. There are so many good people out there that can give really good videos on those. So this is the Sage Green, but I will be sharing pictures I've done with them. I'm going right over the top of the Coyote Brown so that it will blend in, because I don't want it to look too brown, just a little bit darker, and just to, you know, make that green work with the yellow. Here we go. I'm covering the whole leaf. I will come in with a lighter green as well, because I think it's a little bit dark. I want it to warm it up a little bit. But I'm emphasising I'm doing it darker in the place where I put the brown, which is what I want. So yes, I've been recommended to get a Prisma sharpener and a Derwent hand crank sharpener. I've already got a Derwent hand crank, and actually someone called Sharpest Artist, that's her YouTube name. She's really cool. Go and have a look at her channel. Actually, she contacted me because I'd said I was getting some Prismas, and she said, here's the sharpener that you need. I'd recommend this. But what she said was, I'll pass this on, I know she won't mind, that if you use a hand crank sharpener, what I mean is one like this, where you turn a handle. She said, I've just drawn on my pen. No, I haven't. That's all right. If you use one of those on your very first sharpen of your pencil, she thinks that it compacts the lead a little bit and stops it breaking so much, so that when you then move on to maybe a sharpener like this, they're less likely to break in that sharpener. And I thought that was very interesting, you know, worth a try really. So, and I'm going to try, and I actually found that I had a new Derwent pencil. No, it wasn't a Derwent. I'll show you it. Here it is. It's a Brunswick pencil. See that? That's the first time I sharpened it and the lead didn't fall out. I did buy it broken, reduced, and I kept trying it and trying it with this sharpener, and then when I did it with the Derwent, it just came together perfectly first time, and kept that, and it hasn't broken since. So that's why I think what she was saying sounds like it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So certainly worth a try. So now I need to find a final green, I think, just to warm that up and make it look a bit more pretty, shall we say. And I'm just looking at what I've got. I'm going to go for the Matcha Green. There we go. And just go over, I'm going to start with the tip where I want it to be brighter, and then just blend the colour down. Obviously I want to still be able to see that it's darker in the areas where I put the brown, so I may not go over those, just the tip, and it just will lighten and brighten the leaf. I think that looks better. Oh, excuse me sniffing, my nose decided it wants to run. I am fine. It's just because I've been out this morning, I think. Now I'm taking this really slowly because I'm going to be doing, immediately after this, I'm going to be making my next video, which is the light yellow, and that's really scary. I find yellow's really scary, so I'm procrastinating, going really slowly. Colour slowly, talk slowly. I'm sure it'll be fine. But there we go. Okay, I'm just going to give that a little sweep brush. Oops, I hit my tripod. That's good. There we go. Yeah, I think we're done with that one. I think that one looks quite nice. I do like yellow, really. It's very warm, bright, cheerful. I've got some daffodils in my house at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous, but colouring with it, scary. So tomorrow we'll be doing yellow, and I'll probably choose the tiniest flower I can find. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you have a really lovely day. Try and get in some colouring. Chill, relax, have fun, and happy colouring.